Hello friends, how are you? कैसे हो सब? Oh, fine. Today we will start with the another topic, antihypertensive. This is the second topic from the cardiovascular system. So we will first of all start with our learning outcomes. On completion of this video set, we will be the students will be able to define and describe the blood pressure. What do you mean by blood pressure? Then how the blood pressure is regulated. Then they can describe the hypertension and treatment strategy for hypertension. What are the how treatment strategy कैसे होगी वो? Classify the antihypertensive agents, predict the pharmacotherapy for hypertension, and explain the mechanism of drug action which are pertaining to the antihypertensive category. Now, first of all, before going to the antihypertensive, first of all we should see what is the hypertension means. And before going to the hypertension, we should see the blood pressure. What is normal blood pressure? This figure we have already, you can see this figure we have already seen previously. पहले इस figure को हमने देख चुके हैं. ये ऊपर का जो table है वो भी देख चुके हैं. Basically, blood pressure means a hydrostatic pressure which is exerted by a flowing blood. मुझे लगता है hemodynamics में आपको याद होगा पहली figure में हमने ये figure भी देखी है. So hemodynamics में हमने देखा था कि it is a physical hydrostatic pressure which is exerted by blood on a wall. So here we can see arteries. Here they are having a different stage. So how it is measured? First of all, the page कैसे measure करते हैं वो देखेंगे कि the blood is flowing through these arteries, and due to flowing of these arteries, it exert a pressure on it. And what we are doing is that we are exerting a external pressure by help of this valve and sphygmomanometer. So due to the external pressure, what happens that the pipe which is over here from where the blood is flowing, so it will get compressed. दबाया जाता है बाहर से, cup से, right? And this pressure which is given here is almost or more than 200 millimeter Hg. So इतना pressure होता है वो कि the arteries are closed, all the way they are closed over here like this way. And due to this closure, there will be no flowing of the blood. And if you see, percept through the radial artery to the stethoscope, nothing you will get the flow like this way. And slowly what happens that there is a pressure from inside and there is a pressure from outside. The outside pressure is much greater than that of the inside pressure. So therefore what will happen is that this artery will be closed and you start loosening the outer pressure. So at one stage what will happen, the inner pressure will be equal to that outer pressure, and at that point the artery will open. So the maximum pressure which is exerted at that point, the systolic pressure, where there will be a slight opening of the artery, and due to this what will happen, there will be starting of the rushing of the blood. Blood will start rushing to this artery, and this rushing of the blood can be perceived at the radial artery. So first rushing of the blood, first pulse which is starting, that is nothing but your systolic blood pressure, where the outer blood pressure is just equal to the inner blood pressure, and therefore what will happen, there is a rushing of the blood from that, and gradually you go on loosening this wall, and gradually you go on reducing the blood the pressure in this cuff, and due to that what happens, the artery will go on opening, and at one point what will happen, the inner pressure is sufficiently high and the outer pressure is sufficiently low that the artery will be completely open, and there will be smooth flowing of the blood from this artery. Artery will be completely open, and at that point the minimum pressure exerted by this on the wall of artery can be sensed as a pulse rather than a turbulence. So in between there will be initially there will be no pulse sensation, there will be in middle stage there will be turbulence, and at latter stage there will be a smooth pulsation. So occurrence of the turbulence is your arterial your systolic blood pressure, and the occurrence the closure of the turbulence and occurrence of the normal pulse is nothing but your diastolic blood pressure. So this is what the major what you can say a hypothesis behind the measurement of blood pressure. And these values we have already seen: normal blood pressure 120/80, then slightly if it is elevated. High blood pressure means what? High blood pressure in second stage and high blood pressure crisis. These what we have already seen, and we have already seen that these blood pressures are relative. Okay, so relative means there should be certain conditions for that, so that so generally the regulation of a blood pressure generally takes place by these are the different mechanisms by which the regulation of blood pressure takes place. So there are two to three different, so not two to three different mechanisms: cardiac output and peripheral resistance. These are the two main reasons how the blood is going out from the heart, and what are the pressure which is exerted by the blood vessels on the arteries. So these are the two parameters which principally regulate the blood pressure. So if heart is working in different way, it exerts the different pressure. If the blood condition of a blood vessels, it exerts the different pressure. So resistance by the arteries, resistance by the vein, then heart pumping pressure, and kidney. It is measuring the blood volume. So it decides the blood volume. There is central mechanism by which the blood pressure is regulated, and through that is the baroreceptor and ANS or hormonal mechanism. Baroreceptors, these are the mechanical and the chemical receptor which are present here in the carotid artery, like this in this region it is present. So they sense the osmotic pressure, they sense the blood pressure, they sense the chemical composition, and they send the signal to the brain, and they change the hormonal status and neuronal status of autonomic status of our body, and by that way they regulate the blood pressure by sympathetic tone is increased or hormonal status is increased. So there is another mechanism again, depending upon the central, it is hormonal and body water mechanism. So posterior hormone like antidiuretic hormone, renin-angiotensin system we have already, adrenal cortex, aldosterone, sympathetic tone like this way. Then there are certain hormones which are present from the hormones, arterial nitric uretic peptides are also there. Some local hormones are also there like nitric oxides which dilates the blood vessels. Then depending upon the baroreceptor and the renal mechanism, how they are working in different two next preceding two slides, we will see this detail of the regulation, how they are regulated. Because these are the two main mechanisms, baroreceptor mechanism and renal mechanisms, which regulate the blood pressure. So baroreceptor mechanism, this we will see here the baroreceptor mechanism, and in the next session, next video, we are going from the your kidney as a regulator. So here after this baroreceptor mechanism, we will end this video here and next video also. So this is what the figure, which is a little bit looking to the complicated but not much. So here it is a chemoreceptor, carotid baroreceptor. I have already said, yeah, this is the site where this carotid baroreceptor are there, and there are in aortic baroreceptors are there. So two types of baroreceptors, one baroreceptor which is carotid sinus and aortic arch. These are the two locations where these receptors are present, and these are two types of receptor, is baroreceptor and chemoreceptor. Baroreceptor which sense the osmotic pressure and the compositions and the pressure, osmotic pressure and their what you can say, pressure which is exerted by the blood. And chemoreceptor monitors the chemical composition, how much the oxygen is there, how much is the chemical sodium level, potassium level. So they sense the chemical compositions of the blood, and by that way they signal. So through the gasopharyngeal nerve, they send the signal to the brain. So these are the two sites, chemoreceptor and aortic baroreceptor. So through these two, they sense the signal by the nervous system to the brain. And in the brain, the vasomotor centers present in the medulla, they take the decisions, they look out the decisions, and they say then send the different kind of decisions to the different organs of the body. So first they stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, and through the vagus nervous system acetylcholine. So they manipulate the heart first of all. So the cardiac output and all these things, they will be manipulated. Second, they also send the signal to the by the noradrenaline to the diameter of the blood vessel. So the alteration in the diameter of the blood vessel through the sympathetic tone can be taken place. They also send the signal to the suprarenal gland, adrenal gland, and through that the adrenergic tone, so epinephrine release, adrenaline release has been manipulated. And lastly, the decision is also sent to the kidney, so at the reabsorption of water, noradrenaline, the noradrenergic, and reabsorption or dilution, so that the volume of the blood can be manipulated. And by manipulating the volume, the blood pressure can be managed. And there is one more mechanism which is working through this, is the renin-angiotensin system. So this mechanism, so which is going through this. So these are the sites where it is a sensing. It is through the glossopharyngeal nerve. It is sending the impulse to the brain. Then in the vasomotor center, the appropriate decisions will be taken, and there will be manipulation of the heart, blood vessel, adrenal gland, kidney, and renin-angiotensin system. And through this, the manipulation will be done, and your blood pressure is regulated. So this is how the some part of the regulation of a blood pressure is there, and this is how the blood pressure is regulated by baroreceptor mechanism. The remaining how kidney plays an important role, that we will see in the next video. Thank you very much.